Hello, I wanted to come on today because I am super excited. Anything planning and organizing and all that, that's kind of my love language. I don't know if you remember, but last summer, Brian and I did a couple different videos about our Rocketbooks. We discovered Rocketbooks probably about 2 years ago and are completely addicted. We really love them because this is my original one. It's cute and little. They are infinitely reusable notebooks. Here's what happens when you give them to children in church. So by using Pilot friction pens, which you can get anywhere, you can write on these notebooks, and then when you're done with it, now you spit. You're supposed to use a wet rag, but you can wipe it away. All right. And these are erasable, which is amazing because I can't spell worth beans, so they work on any paper and you can erase. It's the only thing I use now. So anyway, so that's the original one, and the original had like dots on it. Let me see if I can get a better blank paper. I had written in a lot of this. So they have these little dots on them. Probably can't see it. But anyway, just so rather than lines, just to keep things straight. So Brian had a full-size one and I had this one. Then last year they came out with the Fusion, which I even bought this handy leather cover, which I had to make look a little more fun. So the Fusion had like lists that you could do and a 2-week calendar that I flipped it on its side so it could be, so I could write actual times on it. And then it had a monthly calendar as well as other, a few other pages, and then the rest was either blanks with dots or lines. I really like the lines because I find that easier. So I've been using it constantly for a year. But now they have the Rocketbook Panda Planner. So Panda Planner has been around for a bit. It uses a scientifically proven method to plan and organize your life so you are happier and more productive and get things done and crush your goals too. So I've only had it for probably just over a week, but let me show you why I love this. I love this so much. I'm still going to use my blank one that I just showed you. I just slipped this one in too. This is truly more of a planner, not just a notebook. So you have a year at a glance. So the whole year. Then you have 3 double spread months. And this is how crazy our life is getting with all the activities. And every day, every month you have a daily habit that you figure out. Exercise, eat better, drink more water, right? And then there's an H, and you can check it off when you do it. I love checking off boxes. It makes me so happy. Okay, so I haven't gotten to this yet. I haven't had time. If I had this, I'd been doing it, I might have time, but you gotta have time to do it. So here are your goals. You've got milestones. You're prioritizing things. You're finding out the habits, and then you break them down into weeks to actually be able to meet your goals. What obstacles are you going to face? If this happens, then I'll do this. You've got different motivations. Why are you doing this? What's at stake? And then you have to sign it. All right. So, I mean, it's a real exercise to get you through that. That's why I haven't done it yet. And then you have week at a glance, where you can go back to your month at a glance or even year at a glance and write things down. But you also have things I'm going to do to make this week great in personal, home, family and friends, and relationships. Your wins from last week, and what lessons did you learn, and how are you doing on goals? You got to rate yourself. And then your main projects or tasks for the week, and then a weekly thing. Now, got to be honest, so far I'm not really using the week one that much, but you have several weeks worth, so it's not like you do it once and then you have to erase it. And then you have your days. You have 7 of these, so you can in theory, do a whole week and before you have to erase. So you've got your morning routine, so important. What are you grateful for? What are you excited about? What's your affirmation? What are you telling yourself about today? What will you focus on? Did you exercise? And then you have your priorities, tasks you need to do, a little schedule down the side. And then in the evening, you're supposed to go back and reflect. What were your big wins for today? And how are you going to improve tomorrow? I love that because I try and fill out most of it the night before, then fill it in as I'm going through the day, and then reflecting back. And then in the back, you have just a few pages for notes, not a lot. So that's why it can't really replace the notebook, because you'd be needing to erase all the time. Now, I didn't mention when I talked about how these are really cool because you can wipe them off. There's also an app for your phone that you click it and it scans it, and depending on which of these little symbols along the bottom, if you can see the symbols, maybe not. It's like a Rocketbook symbol, a diamond, an apple, a bell, a shamrock, a star, and a horseshoe. And you can assign those. One can go to email your mother. One can go to your Dropbox. One can go to Google Docs. Okay, so you set all that up. When you scan it, it automatically uploads whatever you check to go to Dropbox, goes to your Dropbox. So like what I do is I have one that goes to a Dropbox file for my work receipts. So I will just put the receipt on the page, on a blank page, take a picture of it, and because I've checked that one, it automatically puts all my receipts in one folder in my Dropbox. So the one thing I was noticing is it was difficult to move between year, week, well, not year because that's the first page, between month, week, and day. So I tabbed them because I would go to the month and then it's 5 more pages to get to that particular week. So that was irritating me. So I just put these little flags on there. I have made the mistake in the past of putting a Post-it on and not moving it, and then it like turned the page pink from the pink Post-it. Also, one other thing, don't put colored printed pages next to your thing for long periods of time, because like that I can't get off. If you're like Rocketbook savvy and you know how I can get that off, let me know. In the past I've used magic erasers when my kids have gotten a hold of it and used the wrong pen in there. I used a magic eraser, but it does mess up the finish. It was still usable, but it was different. So, now Rocketbook pens are coming in all kinds of different colors. Even at Walmart, you can get a set that's got like thin ones, thick ones, and markers. And so and they're not Rocketbook, they're Pilot Friction pens. And then it has the little rubbery eraser on them. So like this is one style, these are the stick pens, these are the click pens, like that. And when you buy a Rocketbook, you do get one pen with it. So I love my Rocketbooks. Let me know if you have questions. I would be happy to answer it, but I'm super excited. And I know last year after we talked about it, a lot of people went out and got them. Let me know, are you using them? Do you still enjoy them as much as you did last year? I hope so. They can be really fantastic. And now my kids are really excited to use them in school. We give them our cast-offs. We're so generous. So anyway, thanks a bunch. Take care. Talk to you later.